Hello, everybody. This is the Pocket Passer. I'm your host, Randy White. I hope all of you are having a fantastic day. I know I am. The NFL season kicks off tomorrow night on Thursday night with the Rams hosting the Bills. It doesn't get much better. There's not a much better way to start the season off than with, in my opinion, the two best teams in the NFL facing off to start the season. I'm beyond excited for it. You've got two excellent teams. I'm going to be going over my 5 favorite games this weekend from Thursday to Monday, and I'm predicting who's going to cover, who's going to do what with the point spread based off of Vegas odds, and who's going to win. I'm going to give you my final score predictions for my 5 favorite games this weekend. Starting off at number 1 is, of course, the first game of the regular season, Rams hosting the Bills. I have the Rams covering. The Bills are favored -2.5. I have the Rams covering at +2.5. I think they win by a field goal, 30-27. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a brawl, but I think the Rams are going to be able to benefit from the Bills losing Tre'Davious White early in the season. Tre'Davious White recovering from a torn ACL. Their defense was still very good last year without him. But I think the Bills have enough weapons that they're going to be able to move the ball without Tre'Davious White. I think you can run the ball on the Bills as well. I think Cam Akers has himself a very solid night tomorrow night. So watch for those two players, Cooper Kupp and Cam Akers. I think both of them are the X factors in this game on the Rams offense. It's going to be able to get them enough points to outscore a high-powered Bills offense, which is, by the way, going to have to go up against Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald and Bobby Wagner on the defensive side of the ball. It's going to be an awesome game. I cannot wait. What an excellent way to start off the season. Starting off at number 2 is a revenge game. Panthers hosting the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson suspended. I think the Browns offense struggles to get much of anything going. I think Baker Mayfield with a new team, there's going to be some bumps. It's not going to be all smooth and all pretty, but they're going to be able to move the ball with a talented skill positions around Baker Mayfield. Christian McCaffrey's healthy. You got Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore, of course, DJ Moore. Talented, speedy receivers and an excellent running back when healthy, as long as he can stay healthy. I think the Panthers are able to move the ball enough and get the ball in the end zone enough to outscore the Cleveland Browns without Deshaun Watson. I have the Panthers holding true to their point spread favor. I have them winning. They're -2.5. They're favored. I have them winning 21-17. At number 3, a rivalry game. Vikings get to host the Green Bay Packers to start the season. Packers are favored -1.5, but coming into a road game against a new offense with a very ambitious Minnesota team that is upgraded defensively as well, bringing in Zadarius Smith at pass rush. I think the Minnesota Vikings start off the season on the positive note. I have them covering the point spread +1.5 and winning 27-24 over a Green Bay team that, again, decent amount of noise in the offseason. I think it might take them a couple games or at least a game to kind of get things rolling. And then after that, I think they wake up after this game and they go on a winning streak. But right now, I have the Vikings winning over the Green Bay Packers, 27-24, Vikings +1.5. I'm taking that bet. At number 4, another excellent divisional rivalry game, Chargers-Raiders. The Chargers are hosting the Raiders. They're favored -3.5, and I think they hold true to that. I think they win 31-24. The Raiders, new components in Davante Adams. I think the Chargers are able to show off their new defensive additions, as well as the continuity they have on offense, putting up points, and the consistency they have there, I think is going to pay dividends early in the season, especially against a team with new players. Davante Adams is who I'm talking about, of course, the Raiders. I think the Raiders offense scores points. I have the Chargers winning 31-24, so I have the Raiders putting up points. I think they fall a touchdown short purely because the Chargers offense, I feel, is going to be more high-powered early in the season with that kind of connection that's been formed over the last several years. Davante Adams and Derek Carr played in college, so I think they'll be able to pick it up very quickly, but there might be a couple bumps, a couple little nuancy thought processes or decisions that haven't quite been clicked together yet that they'll have to figure out between week 1 and week 2, and I think they'll get everything sorted out by then. But maybe just a couple bumps. I like the Chargers roster overall more than the Raiders. I think the Chargers defense is better than the Raiders. So all those factors play in. The Chargers are a better team with more continuity early in the season. I think they get the win. And finally, the 5th and final game, but certainly not the least, Cowboys host the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are favored -2.5, But despite that, I just have a really good feeling, not about the Cowboys this year, but the Cowboys in this game. The Cowboys, I think their pass rush gets off to a hot start against a very lackluster Buccaneers offensive line, potentially the worst offensive line Tom Brady's had in his career. Chris Godwin coming off of an ACL, Mike Evans banged up in camp, Leonard Fournette comes into camp overweight. Distractions with Tom Brady coming into retirement and then out of retirement. Some may or may not be personal issues. I don't want to get too into that because, frankly, it's none of my business and it's none of the NFL media's business. Tom Brady's personal life should be, for the most part, left alone, and I don't necessarily agree with the attention it's getting. But since it's out there, I think you have to note the distraction that is there. And I think the Buccaneers offense struggles early and maybe throughout the entire game. Cowboys have a talented defensive roster as well as talent on the offensive side, even if that talent is diminished. I like the Cowboys to come out swinging early in the season and beat the Buccaneers 27-17. I'm taking the Cowboys plus 2.5. Those are my 5 games. If you want to see the rest of my game predictions, I'll be giving you who I think is winning and losing the rest of the games. You can see that on my Instagram at The Pocket Passer. Tomorrow, I will be getting those posts up before game time, or at the very least, before Sunday rolls around and the rest of the games kick in. And that's all I really have for you guys. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you want to see what I'm doing on other social media platforms, follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. I'm trying to get Spotify up. We're not there yet. We're working on it. I should be getting that up hopefully soon. And as far as predictions go, my friends and I over at iForm Nation, not only myself, but Connor Rives and Matteo Boni got together. We got all of our record predictions taken care of for the NFC and AFC up tonight as our NFC playoff winners. NFC playoff teams and NFC losers that will not be making the playoffs. Tomorrow we'll be getting the AFC up for all of you guys. So thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to check us out not only on The Pocket Passer, but on iForm Nation if you want to see our predictions. Have a fantastic rest of your night or day whenever you're watching this. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.